Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be fixing some windshield cracks that we had got on our 10th generation Honda Civic Touring. So I want to fix these, or at least patch them up, before the crack starts to expand and get bigger. Then you'll need a new windshield, which is not good. First thing you want to do is clean your windshield best you can, and our cracks are right over here and right over here. There's one, and there's another right here, and then a small one over here. So a total of 3 of them. We're going to be using this windshield repair kit from Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description so you can use this as well. They claim 20-minute repair time, no special tools required, very easy to do. So I'll kind of show you guys how to do this and how the repair will look like afterwards. Comes with an instruction manual. Also comes with all the stuff you need here. They give you multiple discs to repair multiple chips. Right now I have 3, so I'm going to try and set these all up. So once you've got the windshield cleaned up, you want to use this razor and just kind of pick off all of the excess material that may be inside of the holes or the chips. Just doing a little light chip here. Try to get as much as I can without making it bigger. I'm going until it's smooth and I don't feel like it's catching anymore. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and give it another wipe here. You want to get it in the center, like so. Okay. Now we'll take our little plunger and kind of just match it up to the first repair that I'm going to do, which is this one. So peel off the red like so, place your plunger in nice and tight. Now you're going to take your resin here and you want to cut off the tip over here. Next thing you want to do is grab your plunger and then plug it in all the way down. Once you've got your seal, we're going to go ahead and pull the plunger out to the very top lock. So the way it locks is this little spring clip right here. And then we have another clip that's right here, or another notch. So not this notch, but the very end top notch. You want to get into a vacuum. So let's go ahead and pull up here. That vacuum going, and then let it catch and lock right there. Okay, so once you've got it locked on that, we're gonna go ahead and let this sit for 10 minutes. Right now it's under vacuum, so it's sucking in out all the air and bubbles on the bottom center here. To facilitate that, you can tap around to try to get those bubbles to leak out or get vacuumed and sucked out. We don't want any bubbles in our repair. Okay, 10 minutes later, next thing you want to do is pull this out to let some air into this tube. So pull that out slowly, and then now we're going to pop it back in. And then as you do that, you're going to want to take this clip or this notch, you're going to depress the plunger into the top notch right over here, putting pressure on the resin, injecting it into the pit. Here we go. So rotate and push down, put pressure. There you go. Make sure it locks here, and then once you've got that pressure pushed down into the tube, we're gonna let it sit for 20 minutes is what the instructions say. When you depress the plunger, you'll see some resin leak out here, so just go ahead and wipe that up so that you don't make too much of a mess. Okay, plunger is out. Let's take this adhesive off using the supplied razor. So now we're going to take a couple drops of resin, put it in the pit and on the cracks, and then get your clear film ready to put over it. Okay. Once you've got that covered up, it is time to massage the air bubbles out of there with your finger. Try to get it nice and smooth. And then at this point is when you would take your car and reposition it into the sun and let it dry for at least 20 minutes. But if you don't have much sun, which we don't today, I'll probably let it dry for an hour. That's how the resin cures. And then at that point, we're gonna scrape it off. But before we do that, let me get this one out of the way. I gotta fill this chip and then we'll go to the sun. So now I have repositioned the car in front of the sun, and we're gonna let the sun take over on curing our strips here of resin. You wanna let this go for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna let it go for an hour. That's about all the sunlight I have left for the day. And I'll reposition if necessary if the shade starts moving. So it's been about an hour later, and this is what it looks like now. So for that chip right there, you can barely notice it. Let's go ahead and take this off. It's an improvement, but you can still see it right there. We'll need to kind of scrape it off at a 45-degree angle to get off all that excess material. Simple to do, just kind of work at it with the razor that they supply for you. And I gotta say, it feels smooth. It may not look perfect, but it feels smoother, and I believe it filled in the cracks, so it won't spread anymore, so that's important. Last but not least, our big one. You'll know once you get all of it off because it starts to feel smoother. Okay, so let's take a look at the big crack right here, the spider crack. It feels very smooth, like glass. I don't feel the pit anymore. It doesn't catch my thumb or my fingernail. But aesthetically, it's not perfect, right? You can still see it. Again, my main goal was to just prevent the crack from spreading further. It doesn't bother me seeing the crack there. So if you want to get a better quality product, you can try if you really want to remove it, but keep your expectations under control if you're going to use this product. It's not going to make it invisible. It's not going to make the crack disappear, but it is going to fill it in, and it's going to prevent it from getting worse. So in review, this windshield repair kit from Amazon doesn't necessarily make your cracks disappear like this, but it does help from spreading further and making the cracks bigger. You can see right here, this one is filled in nicely, this one as well, and this one as well, but they're not exactly invisible. So I'm satisfied with it for $10 and for how easy it is to apply. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe you can comment down below and let me know what I should try next time differently to make it more invisible looking. But it does what I need. It's solid. There's no pit or hole in there anymore. It's not going to spread further. Let's go inside and see what it looks like from the inside here. So it, again, doesn't bother me too much. You can barely see it on the windshield. As I'm driving normally, all I see is just a slight, almost like a smidge mark. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have a good evening.